When I first started to post on YouTube, I really wanted to get monetized within the first year. Now, needless to say, things didn't happen that way. But in other ways, I found that it completely changed my life, even without getting to the initial goal, which was getting monetized. And to be honest, I don't really care about getting monetized anymore. So even when you're not getting views, it will change your life, and we're going to get right into why that is. The very first thing that I want to share with you is, even if you don't get any views right now, you'll probably get some more views in the future. And to be honest, when I first started, that was exactly where I was. I was getting 3 to 5 views, even 0 views sometimes. I just wasn't getting any traction, and it just kept going that way. And it was a bit depressing when it really happened. But come to think about it, I just kept on being consistent and posting and posting and posting until eventually I'm getting a lot more views than what I used to. And I'm intending to get even more views as time progresses and my content progresses and my audience keeps on just compounding. So consistency will do everything. You need to think of the first 100 videos as just practice. It's just practice. How can you just make better videos for the first 100 videos? Whether you get views, comments, subscribers, it doesn't really matter as long as you just view them as practice. Don't even think about the subscribers, the views, the sales if you want to build a business. Just post 100 pieces of long form content. Once you get over those 100, then get the next 300 views, because really, to get something going, it's more about getting 500 views. It doesn't mean that you can't build a business in the meantime off of YouTube. Just like me, when I'm helping people to get to their goals with YouTube, whether you haven't started the channel and you want to get a channel going, or you want to know how to build your channel in the right direction, so I can look at your thing, or your channel rather. So there's a link in the description, which is 100% free. It's not a sales school. It's just about getting you to the best place that you can be. So you don't have to pay anything for the first 5 people. Now, there are some spaces that are already taken, but there's still some left, and it's not a sales school. It's just to get people's testimonials. So if you want to be a part of that, first link in the description, 100% free, just book a call. But so even when you're not getting to crazy places, you can build a business out of YouTube, and it doesn't have to be crazy, but you do need to think about the 500 first videos of just being practice, and especially the first 100. Once you get past 100, it will feel like it's a bit better. You're starting to see what works, what doesn't. But then when you post your first 500, that's where things really start to get going. And to be honest, I'm not even there yet. You also need to reset your expectations. For myself, as I said, when I first started, I wanted to get monetized in the first year of going on YouTube. So that's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Now it's going to change. It's just about to change, and I talk about that in my last video. Or the next video possibly. But this is this is really hard to get to, especially when you know nothing about YouTube. When you first start, it's really tough to get to. But if you think about it the other way around, and you think about, like I said, the first 500 pieces of content are just practice videos, then it just lifts a weight off your shoulders. And even when you don't think about it that way, and you inevitably you will start to look at the views, the subscribers, the comments, and it's super exciting to get comments. Even if you have had some before, getting some new comments is always amazing. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people that create content love that the most about YouTube. It's about connecting with your audience. Even when you're at that stage, you don't want to expect to get blow up on YouTube. It's not even about blowing up on YouTube. It's about building a community. And the slow progress will just be amazing, way more than the people who just shoot up and don't know why. And then they'll have 100,000 subscribers and 20 views in all of their next videos because they didn't build up the consistency and the expectations to grow slower or really, really slow, but then staying there or keep on progressing and growing past the people that just blew up overnight. Now, a lot of people do blow up overnight, but that's after posting 150 videos, 200, 300 videos, where they just are stuck and they're just trying to improve gradually, and from one day to the next they have a video blow up. That's different. But all it is really is improving your packaging. So your thumbnails, your titles, and your intro. Those are the three most important parts of any YouTube video, whether you're trying to be an entertainer or you're trying to be somebody that teaches people, just like this channel, where it's more information based and helping people to achieve a certain thing. So that's what we're focused on. We're focused on people that want to build something that's a real business out of YouTube, helping people to do something with YouTube. If you have first of all, a good idea, that's that's a big part of the battle. But when you start to have a great thumbnail, that is the first thing that people see on YouTube. When they scroll on YouTube, and think about yourself, when you're scrolling on YouTube, the very first thing that you'll see is a thumbnail. And that will stop you from scrolling, stopping you from doing the next. So even if you have the best title, the best intro, the best video, if people don't stop to the scroll to just click on or see your thumbnail, if your thumbnail doesn't stop them, that means that it's not good enough. You're not getting any views. So once you have that, and it doesn't have to be pretty, it can be very, very simple. But it does need to get the right people to stop and see, oh, what's this video about? Then they'll read the title. What is the title about? Does it complement the thumbnail that I just saw? And this is something that's unconscious, but really that's what's happening in people's brains. My brain, your brain, everybody. So when we see a thumbnail, it stops us. Then we think, does the thumbnail complement the title that we're trying to see on that video? So if that's the case, and it's a subject that we're interested in, which is super important to get the right people to watch your videos, not just anyone, then they'll click on the video and they'll start watching the first 15 to 30 seconds. When they see those 15 to 30 seconds and they see a great intro, something that hooks them in, that they just desperately want to see the next part of that video, then that means you're in. They'll click on full screen and they'll probably watch a big part of the video, possibly until the end. A lot of people do. But in the first 15 to 30 seconds, you'll see on your graphs when you post YouTube videos in your YouTube studio, you'll see that it drops down, and you want to have that drop as small as possible. And that's just by confirming what they saw in the thumbnail, the title, and just confirming that. But on top of that, just telling them, yes, you're in the right place if that's what you want to see. The next thing is something that just ties into that, which is making the videos for your audience. There's a lot of people that want to have everyone to watch their videos. Everyone should watch that videos. That means I may get millions of views, and it's going to be amazing. Now, I'm not into that at all. I believe that is the worst way to look at YouTube. Instead, you want to solve people's problems. What problems do people have on social media? Do they want to, for my example, grow a YouTube channel, but they don't know how? Build a business out of YouTube, but they don't know how? This is my example. Maybe it's going to be somebody that is super skinny and wants to gain muscle or gain weight. How can you help those people achieve what you want them to achieve? Or how do you attract the right clients? Maybe you're selling a service or a product. How can you get those clients to where they want to be? And a lot of the times it's solving those people's problems so that they end up working with you. So you want to think about, who do I want to attract and how can I help them as best as possible. Something that's pretty hard for me is storytelling, and that's a skill that's really important on YouTube, and I'm getting better at it. When I first started, it was horrible. It's just a part of getting people through a journey in your YouTube videos, telling them stories, how they can relate to a certain project or a certain thing that you're trying to teach them, whether it's in your YouTube life or in your personal life or in any thing that you've actually experienced. And that's what's allowing you to beat AI or all of that stuff. Instead, it's just you and your experiences. And if you share your experiences and you're able to tell a story around that, then you're winning on YouTube. You also really want to build a community. That's super important. If you don't build a community, you're nowhere, you're not getting anywhere. So it's all about getting people to know you, like you, trust you, and leave comments and replying to comments and trying to learn about your audience as much as possible. That's why I have a free consulting on your channel in the description. It's to help you out, also to help myself so I can get testimonials, but really it's to know more about you, know where you want to be, what is my audience trying to achieve with YouTube. It's not about exploding, it's about learning your audience. And if you manage to build that community of helping them and replying to comments and trying to learn more about your audience and caring about your audience, that's where you'll just blow up on YouTube. If you remember all of the things that I just talked about and you do everything in that, then you're killing it on YouTube. Now, even if you do this, there's some speaking mistakes that could completely kill your channel. I have 7 main mistakes that could completely kill your YouTube channel, and you don't want to make them. So that's why I made this video, so you can avoid them as much as possible. And if you combine all of this, you'll be on your way to blowing up on YouTube. With that said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.